This conference will now be recorded.
Right? See, in Selenium, we have a predefined class actions. What is the use of this actions team? So if you want to perform mouse functions, mouse actions, so generally what are the actions we can perform by using physical mouse? In general we can do a click, right? So for that we have a method called click method, same method in actions class. What is this click method will use? This will perform click operation, right? And then we'll do right click. So for that we have a method context click. Context click, it is equals to a physical right click operation. So if you call this context click, you will get right click operation. Now move to element, we can move mouse over, nothing but we can move this cursor, whatever we are seeing mouse cursor, we can move to particular element, right? So move to element is overloaded method. We are having move to element without parameter, move to element with web element. If you pass a web element, the cursor will move to particular element. And again we have a drag and drop, so we can move one element from one position to another position by using this drag and drop method, right? And we have a click and hold method, so we can perform, right? Suppose if I want to click here, I can click and I can hold my click operation sometime. For that we are having click and hold. After click and hold, after some time you can perform a release operation, right? And then we have a drag and drop method. Even we have a send keys method. What is the use of send keys method team? Send keys method we are using to enter a data on target element, right? So in which class we are having same method, send keys method? Already we have come across the send keys method in some other class. Anyone? We have been using team, is very bad team. We have been using the send method from which interface team? Web element interface. What is the implementation class web element interface team? Implementation class of web element is remote web element. Send keys method we have in remote web element class and actions class. Plating, if you want to perform mouse over function, first of all you have to create object of what? You have to create object of actions class. For that actions class, you have to pass a parameter what? Driver, your web driver reference you have to pass to this particular actions class constructor, right? And next, practice this one jQuery UI. You will get some issues and please let me know. So mandatory is, so you have to send a program tomorrow morning before 7 o'clock team. So now I'll close this session. So after within a 30 to 40 minutes, practice this one. So open this application. Open this application. Just click on this first option, draggable. Identify this element, this one, this box, and move it to somewhere. Identify this element. The method I'm saying is move to element or drag and drop by. You can use anyone, right? So move this box to some other place and go to the second option. This is the first program and go to second option. Write the program. First identify this small box and move it to this one, bigger one. Initially it is in this place. Identify this one. Identify this one. Move to here and close this one. And try to write whether it is work or not. Please send a program and I'll correct it. Okay team. And now we have discussed even arrays. What is an array team? Anyone? Just give me few important points, whatever we have discussed. So give me few important points. What is an array? Anyone? At least a single point array. Okay, thank you for giving. Very good. Array is nothing but array is nothing but it is a combination or collection of values, right? Or we can say elements, right? By using a single reference, generally, see, if I want to store a value, I have to give first one data type, my variable name equals to my variable value. Yes or no? This is how I can declare a variable number or variable value, right? What if I want to give multiple numbers team? Here I have to go like this. First variable, second variable, third variable, fourth variable. So like this, if I want n number, I have to keep on assigning like this. If I keep on assigning, obviously it is a time consuming process, and again memory will be allocated so much, right? So to avoid that one, we have a concept called arrays. So arrays, by using a single array, you can hold a multiple values. With single reference, you can hold multiple values, right? Right? And even in Java, we have a syntax for each and everything. For creating array also, we have a syntax. What is the syntax team? Data type, and array symbol, reference name. You can give any reference name equals to new data type, and within the array symbol right side here you have to give the size. What the size you want to give? Here you have to give array size. Here I've given some example integer array data type, right? You can take any data type thing. Here instead of data type you can take any data type, whatever we have data type: byte, short, long, int, float, double, right? Char, boolean, string. You can take any data type here, and by the creating of a array, you have to give size of that particular. And how you can assign a values based on index number. Already we discussed, right? So array index number starting from 0. So you have to give reference name and array symbol, index number. Array index number starting from 0 to size minus 1. Here my size is 5 and last index number what team? Size now minus 1. Now you will get last index number. Clear? So my array size is 5. Here I have given 5 values. So index number 0 to 5 values. If I am trying to give sixth one, which is more than my size, by the time of giving this value, you won't get any error. So you won't get any error. But by the time of execution, what we are getting, team? We are getting exception. What exception we are getting? If we give a values more than our array size, what the exception we may get? I'm expecting answer for Bhagavi ma'am. Yeah, very good ma'am. So array index out of bounds exception. Nothing but boss, my array size is 5, that is limited. You're giving values more than my size, right? And like this, you can take any data type, string data type, right? See, string data type, you can take any data type, byte, short, long, int, float, double. And see, these arrays are homogeneous. Arrays are homogeneous. There is one drawback. What is mean by homogeneous team? See, if you are trying to give more than other data type, see here, this is an integer data type, right? See, let me give string here. Let me trying to pass string for this array. See here, if I trying to give string value, so it is saying that it is not allowing because it is an integer array. it will accept only numbers. So other than numbers, if you're trying to give, it will give you error. So this is the one of the drawback. That's why we are saying a homogeneous. Homogeneous nothing but it can accept only single data type values. This is one of the drawback. And one more thing is, so if you're trying to give more than the particular size of array, the values, it can accept up to the limitation. What is the limit? Array size. If you're trying to give more than that size, you will get index out of bounds exception. And moreover, in arrays, we are not having any methods to use the method to add values and to get the fetch the values, and we don't have any predefined methods. We have only one keyword. What is that keyword? What is the keyword team? Length keyword. If you want to get the array length, array size, so what the one keyword you have to call on top of array reference that will give you the length of the particular array. And people are overcome the one drawback of array. What is that array? If you want to add multiple data types, nothing but heterogeneous. This we are calling as heterogeneous. Heterogeneous nothing but different type. If you want to add multiple values to a single array, you have to create a array. What array? Object array. What is an object team? Object. Already we know object. In general, physical entity. What is having the height, weight, width? That is we are calling a object, physical entity. In Java language, object it is a blueprint of a class. And again, we have a predefined class in Java with the name of object. And object is a superclass for all the classes, nothing but all the classes default child class of object class. And even we can create object for object class. Even we can create array of object. This is an array of object can hold any data type, so that if you create object array, for object array you can store, in object array you can store any data type. See, this is a number, consider this is an integer, I am able to store it. This is a string, I am able to store it. This is a character, I am able to store it. This is a double, I can able to store it. That's why I'm saying that this is a heterogeneous array. For object array, you can add any data type. You can store any data type values. So, and again, one more drawback here, we cannot, again, the array size is static only. You cannot give the values more than that particular array. If you try to give more than that particular array, again, here in here 30th line you will get array index out of bounds exception. Why you will get here? Because this is a fifth index number, nothing but sixth value. My size is fifth one only. Here this is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5. My array size completed up to now 37. In 38 again I am trying to store one more value here. Let's say consider here I am trying to store 1000. Here you will get array index out of bounds exception, because my I have across size of that particular object array. Creating, see, to overcome these many problems, array problems, people introduced a concept called collections. Collections is an API team. So API nothing but already we know it. API is a collection of jar files, right? Selenium is also an API team. Collection of jar files. Jar nothing but it's a collection of packages. Package nothing but it's a collection of interfaces or classes. Here collection, there is only one important package, that is java.util package. This is packaging is the most one important java.util package. In this package, we have a few important interfaces. We have a few important methods. We have few important interfaces, classes, and methods. And by using these packages, so dynamically we can store multiple data type values, and we can store n number of values with respect to the size. You can store n number of values. You can store heterogeneous element, and here I can say one more thing: the use of this package java.util package, dating date functions. So if you want to get system date, let's say in my program here, I want to get the system date, this one dynamically. Now today is January 22nd, right? And now the time is, this is 7:38 minutes 8 seconds. Currently, if I want to get the current time and current date, so dynamically I can get by using this date function, which is from java.util package. Clear thing? So one is from Java.util package, one is collections. The concept we are saying as collections team. The concept we are saying as collections. First one is collection, and second one is date functions. Date functions. These are all under Java.util package. Here, so initially first discuss about the collections. Here, why we are going for a collections team? Why we are going for collection? To overcome drawbacks of array. What are the drawbacks of arrays we have seen? What are the drawbacks, team? See, first, initially, we can store only homogeneous elements. Yes or no? And always size is static here. If you want to add one more value, again you have to come to here. Again you have to come to here, and you have to increase your array size. Anyway, so what if I want to give? What if I want to increase my array size by the time of runtime? It is not possible, right? So if I am executing my program, I cannot stop my program, and if I want to increase this one, I have to come to here, and again I have to increase my array size. By the runtime, it is not at all possible to you. Yes or no? So if you want to get the runtime dynamic objects, go for a collections. And here and again, in collections, you have a n number of predefined methods. You can play with your elements. Here, I cannot play with my elements. So only one thing I have to do here, first of all, inserting values. And if you want to get the value by using index number, that's it. You can do only two things: adding value and getting value. And moreover, you can get the length of the particular array. That's it. And in collections, you have n number of methods. You can add values, you can delete values, and you can add number of values, group of values, and you can iterate one by one. Suppose if there is a numbers like this, if there is numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like this up to 100. So this is one of the interview question thing. This is one of the interview question. So from this 1 to 100, get how many number of even numbers? See, question 1 is get all even numbers like this. This is one of the interview question. And one more question, get all odd numbers. And one more question, get all prime numbers. This is how they'll ask you. And suppose there is a string called selenium training. So in this word, how many times letter E repeated? If you go interview for an experience, so people may ask this type of questions team, and these questions you can give dynamically by using, and you can write a program simply by using these collections. Reading, and let's discuss collections. See here, first one is collections. So collections is an API, collections is a topic, and even we have a interface called collections. Not collections, it's a collection. What is this team? This is an interface. So if it is interface, what are the methods it may contain? What are the methods it may contain, team?
This conference will now be recorded.
See what the collections contain, ma'am. What the methods collections contain? It is an interface, right? So all abstract methods. So what are the interface having methods? All are abstract methods. Yes or no? We cannot give the implementation, whether you mention abstract keyword or not. So by default, program is considered all are abstract methods, right? See, and collection interface having one more interface, that is list interface. Again, this is also an interface, and one more child interface, set interface, and this is also an interface. And this having one more important interface, that is a map. See here, so what the keyword I have to use to make relation between collection and list? What the keyword we have to use to make relation between collection and list? Anyone? Okay, very good, Jit. Here we have to use the keyword called extends, right? Because both are interfaces. See, between interface to interface, extends. Between class to class, extends. Between interface to class, implements. Yes or no? But here there is no relation between map and collection team. So map is an individual interface, and collection, there is no relation between collection and map. Again, there is an important one. Again, we are also using map, but syllabus, as a part of syllabus, we are discussing map, but there is no relation between map and collection. List and set interface are child interface of collections. Whatever the collection interface having the methods, by default coming to the list class and set class. Again, without method body, because those are abstract methods in collection interface and list interface, set interface. Clear, team? See, here list interface implementation classes are, first one is array list. This is a class from list, and this is the first implementation class of list. And second one is linked list. Linked list, again, it is a class from, it's a child class of list interface, array list, linked list. We have a one more class, vector, but people are not using this class, vector class. These are the two important classes, array list and linked list. Clear team? And the set interface implementation class are hash set and linked hash set. One more class we have reset. Reset. These are the three implementation classes of set. Again, map implementation classes we have hash map, linked hash map, tree map. So we'll discuss him. Why these interfaces? What are these interfaces having the methods? Why these three different classes? Right? So as of now, let me give. This is a class. This is a class, implementation class. This is also class. All are classes, implementation classes. Here the what could be the keyword team. Here what could be the keyword we have to use to make relation between this interface and class. Implement side, because the list and set and map are interfaces. The array list, linked list, vector, hash set, linked hash set, tracer, these are all implementation classes. If you want to give the implementation for your interface method, you have to use class implements interface. Clear? Now let's discuss about first interface. What is the first interface team? List interface. List. This is the syntax pseudocode interface list. List. You have to give extends. Extends. What is the extended team? Collection. Collection again. It's an interface. In list interface, what is the use of list interface? So initially, why we are going for a collections team? To overcome the drawbacks of arrays. What are the drawbacks we have seen in arrays? First one is size of the array. Yes or no? Always array size is always array size is static. So we cannot increase array size, we cannot decrease array size based on our requirement at the runtime. Yes or no? And And moreover, arrays are always homogeneous. So it will accept only single data type. So again, we can overcome somewhat by using object array. You can add all the data types to your object array. Yes or no? And so we have a first interface in collections API. What is that first interface team? First interface is collection. Collection itself is an interface, and the topic we are also saying that collection, and this API also we are saying as collection. API we are saying as collection, sorry, collections. So try to observe him. Try to differentiate collections, collection, and again in coming classes we will discuss collections. There is a class by using these collections. Topic itself we are saying that collections, and one interface we are having collection, and topic we are calling collections. Clear? No confusion, right? The topic is collections and the first interface is collection. This is a parent interface for list, set, map interfaces. Okay team? And coming to the list interface. So in list interfaces, we have a few methods we have a few methods. So first we'll discuss why this list and what are the methods we have in list interfaces. So we have a list interface in Java. So what is the use of this list interface team? So this list can hold both homogeneous and heterogeneous element. What is meant by homogeneous and heterogeneous team? See, homogeneous we have already seen, right? So if you are able to add single data type for your array, that is we are saying a homogeneous array. So if you are able to add different data type for your array, that is the array we are calling as heterogeneous array. Nothing but this is example for homogeneous is integer array. Example for heterogeneous is object array. See, list can act as either homogeneous or heterogeneous. You can give any, you can apply your list as either homogeneous or you can use it as heterogeneous. And here always size here always list size is dynamic. Suppose if you create a list class object, initially it will create some index number, for example 10. Suppose on the runtime, if you are trying to add 11th element, automatically your array list increase the size itself. No need to give or no need to increase the size. And it has list has a capable, and even in all these collection classes, these all the collection classes having the capable of increasing the size itself. These classes can increase the size by the time of runtime. Suppose if I am executing program, suppose this array list having some size initially, by the time of running, if I am trying to add one more number, you don't get any out of bounds exception. So if you are not getting out of bounds exception, what is the meaning team? Initially, I'm not giving any size. If I'm trying to give, if I'm keep on giving the numbers, anyway, I'm not getting any out of bounds exception. What is the meaning? Because it is have a capability of increase its size dynamically. It can accept any number. It can accept any number of values. Clear team? So in collection interface, so we have some methods. Anyway, this is an interface, right? Interface collections collection collection interface having some methods: public, void, add method, abstract method, right? No implementation. And you can add element here. Here, remember always these methods in collection API, all methods are accept parameter what team object. Nothing but parameter you are saying passing as object. So if you are passing any data type, that is internally convert into object. That's why it is accepting any data type. Clear? Object obj. And we have a method object object add and add all. Even you can add a single number. So this is used for adding single number. Implementation we'll discussing. Implementation classes, implementation methods. This is used to adding multiple values or numbers. You can say multiple numbers or multiple elements at a time. Clear? Right. And one more method we have a public void remove. If you want to remove you want to remove an element or number from an object, so you can use this method team, remove method. So if you call this remove method, that will remove that element from that particular object. We'll discuss in detail by the time of discussing this implementation classes, right? And same remove, and you are having remove method, remove all, add all, remove all. This will use to remove single element or single number. This will use to remove all the elements or all numbers or elements. Clear thing? And we have a public boolean contain method. So you can know, suppose so if you're having numbers like this 1 comma 2 comma 3 and so on up to 100, in this values, if you want to know whether 50 contain, you can use this method. So you have to pass number to this one object. So now if it is contain, these values contain the value whatever you are passing, that will give you boolean number true. If it is not there, it will give you false. Okay, and again we are having methods contain, contains, and contains all. You can know multiple numbers. Okay, and to get size, you have a method called public integer return type size. If you call this method on top of object, it will give you the size of that particular object. Creating, and we have an important one more method. Return type is iterator. We'll discuss what is iterator. Iterate, 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 iterator method. So you can iterate values, nothing but you can get values sequentially one by one, right? And one more thing, important method, public return type is not sure about return type. Method name is stream method. It will return stream. Stream method. This is one of the important method from the collection interface. So these are all the methods coming to the list interface. Not only list, set also, because collections is extending nothing but this collection is a parent interface of list interface and set interface. Obviously, these are all the methods coming to parent interface to child interface. Creating, and these are the methods. We'll discuss these methods implementation and use case in detail in coming classes. Okay, and list is a child interface of collection, and in list interface implementation class are what the implementation classes: array list, linked list, vector. Let's see how to create these classes and what is the use of these classes. Let me create a package. My package name is, here let me give collections. Okay, let me create a class. My class name is list demo. Let me take main method from here itself. See here. See, here there are three classes: array list, linked list, vector. So if it is a class, can I create object? Yes or no? Can I create object? I can create, right? Let me create object for array list. Array list equals to new array list. See here, team. See here, observe. Array list coming from where? So if I'm trying to create object, see, it is giving me error right now. So what I have to do here? I have to import. If I want to create object, I have to import. How to import? Move cursor. So first option itself, it is saying that import array list. Okay, this is the capital, not smaller, it's a capital. Okay, so first option itself, you are getting array list class from where team java.util package. This is the important package, one of the important package in Java. What is that package team? Java.util package. So from Java.util package, majorly we'll have a two use cases. One is collections and another one is date functions. Already we discussed about this one. Date functions. Java.util package. One is collections and second one is date functions. Right? Let me import it from java.util package. Now you can able to use java.util.arraylist. This is a class. Right? Now observe for this array class, for this array object, you can add homogeneous element by using a method called add. Observing what is my add method parameter asking here? Add method asking object. See here, this is asking object. So if I pass number here, if I pass number, so by default, it will convert to object. Now my add method return type is observing. What is at a return type here? What is my add method return type here? You can observe here. My add method return type is boolean. Nothing but if this value is successfully added to this particular array list object, this will give you boolean. Observe system.println. Try to my add method returning boolean, right? Try to store it into boolean because it is returning boolean. If it is returning boolean, I can store boolean element added state. So now let me print this one. If I am get true, now I can successfully added me this 100 number to this list object. Otherwise, if I get false, I am not able to adding the values to this list object. Observe it. I am getting true. Nothing but I am adding this 100 number to this list object. Clear? Like this, you can add any number of values here. See, initially let me give 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. This is 20, this is 30, this is 40, this is 50. Okay team. Now this array list is this is a homogeneous because I am adding all same data type values. Yes or no? Here am I giving any values or any number, size? Am I mentioning any size? No, right? So earlier in the case of arrays, here we have to give the size. By the time of declaring, here we have to give the size. But come to the array list, am I giving any size here? No, right? So array list default size is whenever I'm creating object, it will create internally size 12. If I'm not wrong, yes, exactly. If I'm not wrong, it will create object with size 12. See here, initially it will create object with 12 number dynamically. So if I'm trying to add 13 number, let's observe. If I'm trying to add the number, this is considering a 13 one. This is 13 one. Now dynamically this will array index number, it will double size. Now it will become 24 dynamically. Clear team? Now that is the advantage of collections. In collections, no need to mention size by the time of creating object. So you can create any class object on the collections. Collection size is always dynamic. No need to create, no need to give size here. And moreover, here you can give any data type. See, initially I have given numbers, right? Observe here. Let me give string here. See here, I can give any data type. I can pass any data type 10.12 either, or I can pass even characters too. Character we have to pass in